What's going on, guys? It's Trajan. We're talking about Batman the Signal. Look, I really wanted to like this. I really did. And in fact, it wasn't one big thing that I didn't like about it. It was one of those times where it's a bunch of little small things where they just keep rolling on and adding up and adding up. And you're just like, ah. But I think I've distilled it to three main points of why I didn't like Batman and the Signal. The first one is you didn't sell me on why we need the Signal at all. And this first page was previewed by Scott Snyder on Twitter. And I tweeted out that I loved it because I was happy that they're meeting it head on. Look at the first lines. Before we start, I just want to say, I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, hell no. You're thinking, we have enough bad people at this table already. Look at them. Absolutely, they have way too many people. It's one of the reasons I don't like detective comics. The Bat family is way too big. It's way too big. It's way too bloated. It needs to be stopped. All right. But I was really happy when they put out this page because I thought, wow, they know what the problem is, and they're gonna address it. They're gonna show it to us head on. And what happens? They don't show it to us head on. And I'm just gonna spoil it for them. They don't really address this in the rest of the book at all. Like this is literally like it was like they wrote that page specifically just so he can tweet it out to kind of put people's fears at ease. All right. The second thing I didn't really like about it was that this isn't a. It doesn't feel like a Batman comic. It feels like an X-Men comic. They're talking about the metahumans, and metahumans are basically their versions of the mutants, and that now kids in particular are susceptible to being turned into these metas, right? All right, it's X-Men. It's basically X-Men, and I guess Duke Thomas's role is he's a meta also, and his power is that he can see like light displacement, and so he can see how the light was displaced before, and he can kind of predict how it's going to be displaced in the future. So he has kind of this, I guess, psionic ability, not psionic ability, but he has this kind of precognition, right? But like I said, it's really just a mutant story, and we don't need X-Men. Oh, this is another thing I loved. She's a detective for GCPD, right? That's her apartment. Overlooking that. Shut the fuck up. That doesn't happen. So, I didn't like that either. Oh, the other thing, I guess there were four things I didn't like. The other thing is, his uncle, who's taking care of him, his relationship with his uncle is actually extremely interesting. And I think they really need to delve more into it. We only got this one page where his uncle gives like this huge speech about how, like, look, you're my responsibility. I have to take care of you. You need to respect me. And I was like, whoa, a person in authority demanding respect. It's incredible. You don't see that at Marvel anymore. Usually, I demand respect because I'm a woman or because I'm. And then fuck it. It's usually because they're a woman. But no, I'm joking. But no, but we don't really see this anymore. Usually, it's kind of like bucking authority, and he does that. You know, he just kind of like blows his uncle off. But I think that this relationship could be really fleshed out. Could be really, really, really interesting. But we just get this nonsense instead. The the Asian female is getting overused. I'll point it out more if I see it again. But this part was actually kind of cool because he gets his own Batcave. But the last thing I didn't like is, and I think this is everybody's big problem with the book, his name is dumb. The Signal, he gives this story about how the Signal is the name of the first knights to like enter battle, and he makes an analogy to his mother who was a social worker. Fine, that's very cute. And then in the button, if you remember, and maybe I have to go reread it. Maybe I misunderstood. But Joker said, "Oh, Duke Thomas, you know who you are. You're the Signal." And he kind of drew an allusion to the nth metal, and that was the reason that he was called the Signal. So the question was, well, what is he the signal of? I have a strange feeling that he's the signal of the coming explosion of metahumans. I think that's going to be dumb. I think it's stupid. If I want X-Men, I'll just go read X-Men. I do think X-Men's kind of played out at this point. But yeah, we don't need a knockoff of X-Men. A daytime Gotham superhero could be really fucking cool. You don't need this extra gimmick of, oh, we need to make metas. It's unnecessary. So the Signal is just a dumb name, and even Batman says, "Oh, I saw the names that you wanted to use. One of them was Lark. That's gay." He didn't say that, but you know, he's kind of like, that's dumb. So, and I guess I don't know what I would call him, but the Signal's just a really, really, really dumb name. Actually, Dawnbreaker is a cool name, but they already used that. But anyway, so and this is the other thing I don't like. This is the a spoiler. This is the page. Hey, I got X-Men Gold. This is the page of this is the first time we see the main enemies, and it looks like I'm reading X-Men from 2015, and I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, I didn't like this. It was just like those things kind of compounded with each other. I actually did like the art, and I love this cover actually. It's nicer than the other cover, than the other alternate cover. The lighting effect is awesome, and I really wanted to like this. I really wanted to like this. I'm actually really upset I didn't like it, but that's just kind of just the way it is. It's only a 3-issue miniseries, so obviously I'm gonna buy the next two. There's no reason not to, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys actually like this? If you did, please tell me why. If you didn't like it for other reasons, also tell me why. If you just hate Duke Thomas, you can skip commenting because Duke Thomas is a good character. He really is a good character. It's just anyway. Like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Trajan Channel, where I just shitpost all day. I'll catch you guys later. Get a better name.